cell phone towers, because of their limitations and public health, they're not allowed to use X-rays or gamma rays or UVs. They really don't want to use too much light intensity, because anytime a conductor actually emits light, it ionizes, and that means that the radio frequencies have to stay within quantum physical levels. So they also, when they do that, that means that they only have a certain intensity range, and cell phone towers not only have a certain intensity range, but they have a certain ability to communicate with within law and within physicality. I mean, we have limited elements, and the physicality of conducting data over a long range with fluctuations and oscillations is very limited currently, based on fundamentals. So that means that at 30 miles away, your cell phone reads fluctuations that are within 1 second. However, if you want to eliminate how that process is elongated, you cannot sit and vary voltage across a large spectrum. So what you have to do is you create a small spectrum of voltage, and you create a whole binary counting scheme inside the cell phone that counts out zeros and ones based on a time frame. So it's like a pulse width timer, counter, synthesizer. For every fraction of a second that there is an increase in voltage, it'll be a zero or a bunch of zeros. For every fraction of a second that it is a decrease in voltage, it'll be a 1. And then they block those together and they call it data. So actually the cell phone is creating all the data, while the transmission is within physical limitations to activate the data counter. And so every cell phone has a special data counter, a data synthesizer, which is like a little data processor. Your Wi-Fi stuff has this too. It creates a bunch of zeros and ones. It's data blocks. So what happens is when you set off a frequency, you use a very weak signal. It just varies a little bit of resistance in a conductor. And then they amplify that with a special quantum circuit to activate the data block counter. So that's pretty much how it works. I'm calling it Turtle Binary Block. That's what I'm going to name this video, Turtle Binary Block. It's really slow oscillation, and it's just based on a few varied second or millisecond intervals.